Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival.
Uy, uy, uy.
Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho,
God of Thunder. ¿Eres Shogun o eres Ei? La que estuvo a punto de quitarme mi visión está aquí.
So this was your plan, Nico.
Sí, es Ei.
Well,
Okay.
not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance.
Upsi. Esa es la oportunidad que Miko quería que aprovecháramos. Será todo lo poderoso Shogun como Sebo.
Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions.
Ok. Lo haré lo mejor que pueda. Está sonriente junto con la Shogun. Es así como que, ¿por qué diablos estoy aquí? Claro, ignoremos a nuestra querida diosa que está obviamente comiendo tranquilamente, por supuesto, sí. Ver Ei fuera de Tenshukaku no será ningún sorpresa para nadie. Oh, pero qué bonito.
Another day of hard work. Where did the time go?
Te dije que iba a ser el señor de la comida. Iba a ser el señor de la comida. ¿En serio la tiene? Lo dije de jaja.
Almighty Shogun, glory to your everlasting reign. I mean, welcome, welcome.
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
Ah, you must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryo Commission.
What are you looking at, eh?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems...
Sí le atiné, no me digas eso. Ey, este buen hombre está trabajando.
Working? Ah. I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere.
Este festival es para todos.
Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares. but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumeku Ippaku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something. Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really? Yes, let's go!
¿Quieres que vayamos ahora mismo?
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all, so I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
Aw, that's too bad.
Entonces yo tampoco voy.
Ah, I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute.
Volveré pronto.
Alright, now we can talk freely.
Como era de esperar, Miko no está aquí.
I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything?
Es como si hubiera algo que le preocupase.
Exactly. You noticed too.
Es cierto que ella está un poco extraña hoy. ¿Será porque no está acostumbrada a salir de Shukaku o por cómo reaccionó la gente en el festival? No, con todas las cosas que hemos vivido juntas, no se inmutaría por algo así. Tal vez esté guardando algo.
I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem. Until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun.
¿Hasta los arcontes pueden tener desgaste mental?
Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
No entiendo.
Anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler.
¿Es ese justamente tu trabajo como psicoterapeuta?
Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Finally, you're back! Paimon's had 2 servings of dango milk already!
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming?
Ya te lo explicaré, divierte.
Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg!
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up.
¿Acaso tú también estás preocupada?
What makes you say that?
Porque quieres que la gente esté relajada.
If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions.
¿Y tú qué no necesitas relajarte?
As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue.
No has negado que necesites relajarte.
Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me.
¿Irías a balneario si con ello no molestarías a nadie?
What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will.
Me tomaré eso como un sí. Yo tengo un par de cupones especiales.
What clever verbal tricks, traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko.
Lo digo en serio.
You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure.
Vendrás conmigo, por favor.
Persistent indeed. Very
No,
well.
bueno.
As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight.
¡Vámonos!
Well, shall we head out? All
¡Vámonos!
right. No reason to delay. Steam replete with the scent of
interesante.
orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring.
De tu primera vez.
Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago.
Ah,
When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries.
la chapa no se baña. Oh, Dios mío. Hiragi
The
Hiroshi.
members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed.
¿Qué fue lo que pasó en aquel entonces?
What makes you say that?
Es que has puesto una cara.
Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces, creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares.
Pero eso no es
Even
todo
the
cierto.
Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them. Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them.
Eso es lo que me ha pasado si ayer no hubiera conseguido despertarme de la pesadilla. ¿Será eso lo que le preocupaba a él? ¿Sabes si a alguien le pasó eso?
Yes,
¿Y qué sucedió?
I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down.
Siento mucho oír eso.
No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again.
Ey.
Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Oh. Before you say anything,
Achimoshas.
this part wasn't me.
Antes de que no fue mío. No, bueno.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
Ah, nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea?
I guess both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
Eso lo entiendo, pero ¿por qué no te encargas de tú misma?
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Touché.
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation.
Ah, algo que creo que cuando en lugar de tener a la viajera tenías al viajero, creo que esta escena es diferente, ¿no? La verdad es que no me acuerdo.
If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
Hmm?
¿Qué fue eso?
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out.
Vamos a salir en toallita a ver quién necesita nuestra ayuda. Claro que sí. Ah, no.
Oh no.
La chica en peligro
Someone's unconscious.
puede esperar. Vamos a ponernos la ropa. Pues claro, llegamos tarde. ¿Será la pesadilla?
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
Se despertó.
What's going on? Almighty Shogun?
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun, It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened. I almost fainted again just now.
¿Eso es lo que te pasó antes?
Yes. I was on my way to Uyu restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look in the moonlight. And it was me! In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
A doppelganger in Inazuma City. But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too! Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
No te preocupes por
Now
eso.
that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report? Okay.
The situation
Otra vez el
is
doble.
getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryo Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim at the festival. Kappa is trapped in a nightmare.
What?
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste.
Oh no.
Back to Mount Yogo at once.
¿Quién es ese? ¿Quién es ese? A ver qué está pasando.
Kappa! Kappa!
Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Now is not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground.
Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
En la ciudad también apareció un doble. Sí, eso parece.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger!
Kappa, oh, please don't die.
No. It was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sarah, what is the status of the other contestants and staff? Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait,
What is it, Miko?
you're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But
Explain.
O sea que lo están haciendo adrede para que se cancele el festival.
call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoen could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
Soy yo. ¿Personas distintas? ¿Se equivocaron?
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound...
Personas distintas, entonces. ¿Causar el pánico? No debería estar presente. No es de verdad.
Kappa is made of wood?
No wonder I couldn't sense the nightmare.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as Kappa and is currently hiding in Inazuma City. Is that correct?
No pude hablar mucho con ellos en la prueba de valor.
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird.
Nunca fueron de verdad. Nunca fueron de verdad.
Bakedanaki tail!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
Tetsunosuke?
¿Quiénes son estos?
They're getting away!
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma City?
And leave you two by yourselves? That's not the Tanuki way!
No fighting! Let's go!
Gran señor de los Tanuki, ¿tienes algo que explicarnos?
Bakedanaki! Those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them! Paimon's had enough of these things! What even are they? More Bakedanaki tricks?
Nothing's working. The humans are catching up.
Little rascals! Stop running!
How dare ye?
Stupid humans won't be able to recognize us! You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm up on fire.
Tetsunosuke, you idiot! Don't tell them the three of us turned into bonfires!
Hear that, Traveler? Bonfires!
Ouch! Transform!
They're gone again! Oh, what are they this time? Some kind of stone or brick?
Oh!
Easy. Easy.